need to know about the Eaglets?
They're super talented. It just starts with they've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 Division I players and some guys that play Division I sports and football. So there's no shortage on talent for them. They're long, they're physical. They're probably the only team that doesn't really, where we don't have a huge size advantage somewhere. But the same for them, right? We don't have one for them either. So it's just going to come down to who can make the most plays and who plays the hardest.
One of the guys who made a play for you, a game-winning play, was Curtis Williams. He headlines a trio of Division I prospects for your club. Talk about talent. You guys have it, maybe the most in the state. Which matchup today between these two teams are you most intrigued about?
I don't know. We just could try to score one more point than them. They're all tough. So, Javon Hanna, Curtis Williams it's a great matchup. Xavier Thomas, Trey McKinney is a great matchup. Jonathan Blackwell, Kareem Rozier's 2 Division I guys. There's just every matchup is 2 Division I guys against each other. So it's really just come down to who executes better and who. And I said it sounds coach talk. Sounds cliche, but there isn't like this huge matchups that I don't think Todd or I can really expose. It's going to come down to, staying within ourselves and who can weather some storms and make some plays and really it'll come down to, like most Catholic games, is who can get some stops down the stretch.
All the best tonight against St. Mary's, and we'll catch up with you soon enough, sir.
Thank you.
There he is. That's Rick Palmer getting his team set to take on St. Mary's at the top of the hour. Starting lineups are next. Thanks for watching. This is The Prep.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
If you'd like to become a sponsor at the Prep, we'd love it. We've got a couple different pieces of inventory for you. G League Basketball, the Motor City Cruise. We've got a special 10-pack sponsorship special going on right now. Also, our full court prep, our high school hoops, which is what you're watching here and now, also available. Become a sponsor today. Email us, theprepsports@gmail.com. Welcome back to Brother Rice High School. My name is Chad Bush, alongside Sam Stick Day. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. These two teams going at it. The last time they tangoed back in Orchard Lake, this was a Brother Rice team that stopped a 6-game win streak for St. Mary's in the series. Brother Rice got it done, winning 45-43 on a Curtis Williams 19-footer. And Stick, good to reset this for Brother Rice. Great memories going on the road, getting a signature win. You remember Curtis Williams in that game, 17-8. Xavier Thomas with 11. Trey McKinney had a fine game. So did Kareem Rozier. But sometimes it's about hitting shots. And Curtis Williams did that. And Brother Rice took one away from St. Mary's.
Yeah, he hit the biggest shot of the game, and it was a nicely drawn-up play, too, by Coach Palmer. He drew up a nice pick, him coming off of it. And the pump fake is really what was impressive to me about that entire play, because the time was running out, but for him to have the poise, the confidence to pump fake, let his defender clear him, and then take a nice, easy, wide-open 19-foot jump shot and knock it down. Obviously, that's the most important part, to knock it down. But to me, that just showed a lot of poise. It showed that, he's mature, too.
It's a different kind of Brother Rice program under Rick Palmer, who's in his 4th year. He's done nice things since he came over. He took a 5-year absence from coaching after he was an assistant for Kirk Keener at Detroit Country Day. And he's taken a lot of Kirk Keener with him to Brother Rice. It's taken some time, but he's had a nice centerpiece to build it. This junior class, 4 of them starters, 3 of them Division I offers. And when you talk about Brother Rice, you talk about what they've done. UAD on the road, St. Mary's on the road, and Grand Blanc at home. They've got a nice resume they put together.
Yeah, those are some nice signature wins, and then their losses aren't they're losses. You could be proud of who you've lost to on that list. It's not like they've lost to anybody they should have beat, and that's when you really got to worry. But to your point with Palmer building this program, I mean, a lot of these guys we watched as freshmen in this gym, and we saw it. We said, oh, man, Xavier's going to be a player in a couple years. He already was a player as a freshman. Now he's a standout.
It's a Brother Rice team that really shoots it well, very good in transition offense. Curtis Williams is their leading scorer. He's one of 3 players that are Division I guys that have had offers already. John Blackwell, the point guard, another guy to take note of. Blackwell, a 50% three-point shooter, can really dish it, can dunk it at 6'4". And then you don't want to sleep on Xavier Thomas, a wing at 6'5", who's got offers from Central Michigan and others. And then Henry Garrity, the other junior folks forget about, who was lethal against De La Salle from downtown, just picked up his D1 offer from Illinois State in football. He's having a good week. And lo and behold, we've got a wonderful game. Meanwhile, Todd Covert in his 7th year also has the Eaglets a-humming. They've been number 1 ranked this year, and they're number 3 in our poll right now. But you look at St. Mary's and their resume and their win stick, nothing to be ashamed of. They've beaten De La Salle twice, including their last game out on Friday. They've knocked off CC, they've knocked off Ferndale, and they've got to win on the road against Clarkston. And nothing to sneeze at with their losses either to this Brother Rice team, as we talked about, and then on the road at UAD.
Yeah, St. Mary's, after going pretty much undefeated in the regular season for 2 years, has taken 2 losses this season. And it's been interesting to see how they respond to that as well. And we saw them bounce back after each loss with a strong victory. And tonight, we talked about this a little bit early. They have a chip on their shoulder from the last time these two teams played. I don't think they're happy that they allowed that last-second jumper, and St. Mary's was up in that game. So they're going to come in this game with a lot of intensity. I see them coming out in their black warm-ups as opposed to their white warm-ups. They're feeling it tonight.
They are. Packed crowd, sold-out house. It's getting steamy in Bloomfield Hills as you see Todd Covert, the bench boss of the Eaglets, 4-time state champions in their school's history. Brother Rice's state title in 1974 for a school that opened in 1960. And they've got a gentleman named Denny King who's been with them since 1960 when he started high school, and he's been running the book and doing so many other things for Brother Rice since then.
What a historian to have on staff.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It really is. They're about to honor Denny here and now. And he's quite the legend. Denny King, folks, and 48 years at Brother Rice. This is a guy that went to Villanova, Michigan State, started when the doors opened as a freshman in 1960, and then graduated in that first class in 1964. This guy's done everything at Rice. He's held roles as a substitute teacher, security staff, transportation. He drove the bus. This guy drove the bus for many years. He's done everything. He's dedicated his life to Brother Rice, and they are going to honor Mr. King right now. He's the official scorer for the basketball team since 1975. He's done nearly every game since 1975. And they're honoring Denny King with a framed jersey as Jeff Calcaterra, the athletic director of Brother Rice, is honoring Mr. King, and we certainly extend a hand to him and say congratulations. 48 years. This is a dedicated man, and this is somebody that every school would love to have, a Denny King.
Yeah, dedicating any part of your life to that, 48 years to anything at your craft, and for him to be so good at it and so well-renowned. I mean, look at all these young kids in the stand cheering his name right now, and that's got to keep you young, right?
No doubt. Denny King getting honored. He's well-deserved. Look at that. You see the jersey, and what a nice honor for him and his family. We'll take a timeout and come back with the starters for tonight's game between Brother Rice and St. Mary's. The beat marches on from Bloomfield Hills. We're back. We're the Prep.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given for that.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Denny King Day continues here at Brother Rice. It's time to meet the starting lineup for the number 2 team in the CHSL standings, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, behind U of D at the entry of tonight. Kareem Rozier is the point guard. He gets the start. 5'9", committed to Duquesne. Jack Crichton is committed to Michigan. He's a shooting guard and a fine baseball player as well. Don't overlook him in basketball. He's a big part and the glue that keeps this team together. Javon Hanna's a senior. He's committed to Western Michigan to play basketball. He's also a Mr. Basketball candidate, as is Kareem Rozier. Trey McKinney is the best freshman in the state of Michigan and one of the best in the country, and DC Temple rounds out the starting 5. We're back in a moment for the start of tonight's game from Brother Rice right after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Brother Rice. Time to meet the starters for the Warriors, as they will roll them out like this. At the point guard spot, Jonathan Blackwell, a junior. And the head of the snake for this lineup, 6'4", big guard, can dunk it, can shoot it, 50% from downtown. Henry Garrity's the shooting guard. He's good from the long line as well. At the forward spot is Warren Marshall. And Curtis Williams at a forward spot as well. He's their best player. Can really score it and rebound it, score at 3 levels. He's added that this year to his repertoire. Xavier Thomas is their guy. He had 11 assists last game. He can really dish it and can score it at many different levels. Big body forward. For the head coach in his 4th year, Rick Palmer, assisted by Eric Evans, along with Leon McDonald, class of 99, and Laddie Andahassey. Jeff Calcaterra is the athletic director, and Eddie O is the headmaster. Todd Covert and his club. Coach Covert in his 7th year, assisted by Leonard Karshnia, the associate head coach. Brad Crichton and Marcus Webster are his assistants, and Amari Allison and Justin Sigler are the student managers. Chad Bush and Sam Stick Day with you. We're about to tip it up. Brother Rice and St. Mary's round 2. Brother Rice took the first matchup. Stick, what do you expect to see in this one?
I expect to see a knockout, drag-down game. Both of these teams coming in hot. Both these teams ready to fight for the top position in the Catholic League. And both these teams, quite frankly, don't love each other. So it's going to be a great Catholic League matchup. I mean, look at the stands are already shaking from the Brother Rice student section. St. Mary's is going to have to play in a hostile environment if they want to come out with this win, and Brother Rice, they can use this to their advantage.
They sure can. All right, we're set for basketball. We're underway. Kareem Rozier with a rock, and here come the Eaglets in red, right to left. Jack Crichton, top of the circle. Back to Javon Hanna into the paint. Wheels, deals, and misses the bunny. Got his own miss, put it back, had it blocked, and Rozier will reset to McKinney. 4-3, no. Third shot on the trip is no good, and there won't be a fourth.
Yes, there will.
There will.
Garrity stepped out.
A change of possession, baseline left. St. Mary's all over it, but Brother Rice stingy with that lid.
Yeah, there must be a lid on the rim because they get 5 shots on that possession. They just could not get it to go.
I think so. Jim McAndrews along with Mike Kavlich and Joseph Marcinkowski, your officials. Javon Hanna misses again. St. Mary's with 4 or 5 misses on the trip. Garrity quickly ahead to Williams, trying to stay hot from 3, and he does. Curtis Williams, who hit the game winner against St. Mary's in round 1, starts it for Brother Rice.
Well, we know Williams can shoot it, and he just decided, you know what, I'm open, I'm going to take this shot. Really, they didn't even run an offensive set. Just get it to William and three-point line, and he's going to pull up and shoot that all day long.
Inbound to Crichton, high in the right. St. Mary's 0 for 5 from the field to start. 3-0 Brother Rice. Kareem Rozier headed to Duquesne down the avenue. Floats it up, mid-post banker, no. DC Temple hits the deck. John Blackwell with a 3-on-3. Back to Williams, same spot, different result. And Thomas saves it. Williams couldn't get it to go. Ball bounces out. Hanna leads a break. He'll be on the run. St. Mary's will reset.
I thought he had Trey McKinney wide open on a breakaway, but he decided to pull it back and try to get a better look with running some offense.
Todd Covert saying, hey, we got a rebound in this game. No second shots. Meanwhile, a breakout the other way. Curtis Williams, layup good. And it's Williams 5, St. Mary's nothing with a minute and a half gone by.
Brother Rice looking intense on defense right now. You get a nice steal, a nice breakaway, and those easy baskets are going to come in handy down the stretch because last time these two teams played, it was in the 40s. So defense has been a major factor in this matchup.
It has. 48-46, Brother Rice won. DC Temple settles for a long shot. Todd Covert's fired up, and he might find some wood. Meanwhile, Williams misses short range. Good wallop by St. Mary's, and here come the Eaglets looking for their first points. Kareem to the rack and fouled going up. 2 shots coming for St. Mary's and Kareem Rozier.
Yeah, Kareem Rozier, he's going to utilize his quickness a lot. You know, he's the shortest player on the court because if you look at Brother Rice, they're 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", 6'5". The only 5'9" guy on the floor is Kareem Rozier, so he's going to have to use his quickness to get into that lane.
That he does. The officials coming over to clarify who this was on, and they're going to say it was on the floor, so they'll change the call. Meanwhile, Rick Palmer's going to go to his bench and check Warren Marshall into the lineup. Marshall will check in for the point guard, John Blackwell. Ball out of bounds, baseline left. Brother Rice up 5-0. We've played 2 minutes. Brother Rice coming off their biggest win of the year against a top 10 team. They knocked off UAD by 25. Largest margin of victory for a CHSL in-conference opponent this year.
And when you can do that to a Sonny Wilson-led team, that's something special.
Sure is. Rozier back to McKinney. They settle for a long 3, and it's Splash City for Trey. The lead is down to 2 for Brother Rice. Eaglets are on the board. Took 2.5 minutes. St. Mary's makes their first shot. It was their 7th shot attempt, and we've got a foul off the ball on the Eaglets.
Yeah, Trey McKinney just getting a little over-aggressive, trying to reach around Xavier to knock the ball away. You know, he's a freshman. He's still excitable in every single moment. You see him get a little out of control sometimes, and those are the fouls that he'll avoid down the road. But right now he's got to watch it before he picks up number 2.
Yep. He's had some times this year where you say, oh, yeah, that's a freshman foul. Kick out right corner. Garrity for 3, long. Offensive rebound by Gilmore. Back out to Marshall. Top side 3, no good. Rebound Javon. Eaglets want to run it. Throw ahead to DC. Tough pass. And the Eaglets get lucky as DC threw it off the shins of Warren Marshall.
Yeah, DC showing off his tight end prowess there. Going to Central Michigan, showing he can catch the ball over the shoulder.
That's right. Little tight end play there. Bartosz Kapuska has checked into the game for St. Mary's for DC Temple. And meanwhile, we get a foul. It's going to go on Brother Rice's number 13, Warren Marshall. Sherrod Barnes to check in.
Yeah, and that's Kareem Rozier using his speed to get underneath the defender. I didn't think that was a foul in real time, but when you watch it on the replay, you can see Kareem Rozier had position and got knocked off the ball.
Yep, it's the 3rd foul for Brother Rice. St. Mary's with 1. Sherrod Barnes is in. Trey McKinney checks out and gets a coaching point from Leonard Karshnia. Between the rings, 3 ball from Rozier's off, and here comes Garrity on the run. Up to Thomas, the X-man to the rack, puts it up off the glass and scores it in traffic. This guy was really good passing the ball, just 8 points against UAD, and he gets the 7th point for Brother Rice. Corner, Crichton 3 short. Rebound 1 out by Curtis Williams. And Bart Kapuska's making him work up the sideline. And finally, they get a foul. The Brother Rice crowd was crying for it.
That's not something you see often. Your huge center trying to pick up full court press. But Kapuska showed that he's got some quick feet.
That's right, showing off his man-to-man defensive skills. The product of Krakow, Poland. Bartosz Kapuska. Garrity, dead spot left. Back to Williams. Long deuce on the way. Got it. That's about the same spot he hit the game winner at, opposite side.
Yeah, he was maybe a foot closer, but that's about it. He's got such a pure jump shot, and that's why he's got all those huge D1 offers.
7 of the 9 points have came from Williams. He has an offer from several high majors. Rhode Island, VCU, Alabama. Bartosz Kapuska under the bucket. Throws it back out to Barnes. And that's one you'd rather see him just put right back up.
Yeah, but you like the effort from Brother Rice there, getting on the floor. You know I'm a huge fan of that.
Hannah gambles, and Thomas makes him pay. And Brother Rice is up 8 and on fire in orange.
And that's the second time Hannah has gambled. At first they left Garrity open for a 3. Luckily he didn't knock it down, but on that time Hannah goes for the strip. Nice and easy layup for Xavier.
So it forces a timeout. Orchard Lake St. Mary's trails at 11-3. You take a look at these two teams and the all-time series, and what they've done. And it's a series that St. Mary's has dominated. This is the 53rd meeting all-time. St. Mary's leads at 37-15. The Eaglets have won 12 of the last 14, but Brother Rice won the last game. And they stopped a 6-game St. Mary's streak. Brother Rice won 5 of the first 7 games played in the series. The series started in 1984. And the longest win streak in the series was a decade long for St. Mary's. It was an 18-game win streak from 1999 to 2009. And the Eaglets have won 12 of the last 14 in this series. But hey, Brother Rice, it's a different Brother Rice. This is not your father's Brother Rice, if you will. This team is a little different with Rick Palmer. And this might be their most talented team since their state champion team of 1974.
I mean, it'd be tough to argue, that's for sure. You look up and down the roster, and they have D1 athletes, and they play well together, too.
Sure do. Kareem Rozier trying to get his guys rallied. They're down 8. Sherrod Barnes, the freshman, off the screen. He's got a Division I offer from Eastern Michigan. Gets into the paint, lost it. Williams with the steal. Rice tries to add. This is their largest lead of 8. Down low, Thomas against Kapuska. Blew the bunny, and here comes Rozier. Pull up 3, got it. And St. Mary's, just like that, cuts the lead in half. It's 11-6.
Yeah, we've seen Kareem Rozier have the green light to do that when he's left open, and Brother Rice did not close out that space. He took the easy three. Even though it was early in the possession, it's a good shot.
Second triple of the night for St. Mary's. Trey McKinney with the other one. He's checked back in. 3 on the way here. The answer, no. Sherrod Barnes fights with Marshall for the rebound. And the guys in orange get the ball back, baseline right.
Let's get another look at this. A long shot by Xavier. Yeah, it looked like it was off Sherrod at the end.
Yep.
Good call by the official.
Joseph Marcinkowski. There's a steal, Sherrod Barnes. That's what he does. 4-on-1 for St. Mary's. Rozier takes a 3 and misses it.
See, now I like that shot on the last possession, but not when you have a 4-on-1 fast break.
Nope, those are points you won't get back. There's a miss by Thomas, well defended by Kapuska. And here come the Eaglets down by 5. Kareem on the run to the rack, puts it up and scores it in. A little English as he scoots into the baseline.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that went in. It literally hit below the square on the backboard and rolled upwards. He put some spin on that ball.
Finally rolled in after he was scooting across the baseline on his seat. St. Mary's has cut it to 3, 11-8, Rice in the lead. Thomas right point. St. Mary's, Trey McKinney in his face. Crossover, Thomas to the rack, reverse, no. He's missed a few from close range. Trey on the run, Jack on the attack, laying good, and the Eaglets have cut it to 1. That's a 8-0 run for St. Mary's.
Well, we knew it was going to be this type of game, back and forth battle. No one's really going to run away with it. These two teams have too much heart for that to happen.
7-0 run, timeout on the floor. We're back in a moment to Brother Rice. Right after you see this replay of the Thomas miss and the transition offense and the finish for St. Mary's.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Both teams shooting below 35% in this game. Brother Rice besting St. Mary's 33% to the Eaglets 27%. St. Mary's 4 of 15. Brother Rice not much better, but one shot better, 5 of 15. 1 of 5 from downtown for Brother Rice, 2 of 4 for St. Mary's. St. Mary's out rebounding Rice 12-7.
Yeah, well, you don't expect St. Mary's to have a great shooting percentage even after their first possession, missing 4 open shots.
Yeah, both teams have missed close ones.
But here we are, it's a 1-point game, minute 25 left to go in the first.
Xavier Thomas checks out. Jonathan Blackwell's back in. He's had a long stretch on the bench.
This is an interesting matchup, the freshman on Williams.
Yep. Garrity left corner. Rainbow 3, no. Here comes Trey McKinney and St. Mary's looking for their first lead of the night. First matchup was just like this. Back and forth, low scoring. This is about what we expected. Pull up Rozier, mid-post floater, no. And here comes Gilmore. And Warren Marshall with a free pass to the lane. Nobody stopping ball. And the Warriors finish it. They're +3.
Yeah, that was a great play actually by Garrity off the ball to seal his man to make that wide open lane.
Kind of like that pick play in football.
Yeah, it's not necessarily legal, but it's not necessarily illegal.
That's right. Kapuska, long corner left, goes baseline, spins, and lost it out of bounds. And good defense that time by Keithan Gilmore, the sophomore wing that Rick Palmer says is really coming on. A guy that says defense has improved, was hurt all last year, was hurt in the summer. And this guy's the next star at Brother Rice, Keithan Gilmore, as Thomas replaces him.
Yeah, on that previous possession for St. Mary's, I think that's the first time all season we've seen Kaputska get a called post-up by himself. So it's interesting to see how Todd Govert's trying to help grow his game.
Yep. Kaputska's going to come out and check Xavier Thomas. Blackwell between the rings. This is a big-time talent. Jonathan Blackwell has high major offers. Rhode Island, one of them. Working against Kareem. Step back, topside triple, back iron, no. Rebound, Javon. As time winds down, the heave is no good. And Brother Rice has led from start to finish in this game. They lead it by 3 as we go to the second quarter in Bloomfield Hills. We're back on the prep right after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We've got another game to keep eyes on. Jam Jan and Pat the Stat have a scoreboard update from Warren De La Salle. The Pilots, they lead it 22-16 over Detroit Catholic Central. Catholic Central, the opponent for St. Mary's on Friday night. And we'll have coverage of that. Back to the action here. Rice by 3 as we enter the second. Your thoughts in the first 8 minutes?
It was a great first 8 minutes of basketball. I mean, both teams had a little run, so it's only a 3-point game right now. St. Mary's got to feel pretty good about being on the road, only down 3 after starting off with a poor shooting percentage.
They've had some stops their last few times down defensively, but not the offensive look you want there. That's a quick shot from Williams. That's no good again. And back to St. Mary's after the Hannah box out. And here comes St. Mary's. They've got 4 straight stops defensively. Look, Rick Palmer couldn't praise St. Mary's enough defensively. He said, look, their defense is great, and they do a heck of a job. He said, there's going to be some interesting things. We'll see how they ball switch. They switched on everything last time. There's a travel. We'll see how the ball switch game goes. Brother Rice switches on everything usually, Rick Palmer says, but St. Mary's doesn't. And he says they did against us last time, and it was impressive.
Yeah, well, Rick Palmer can pay all the accolades he wants to Orchard Lake St. Mary's defense, but Brother Rice is right up there with them, especially with the long size that they have at every single position.
Yep. Depth, when you look at depth, St. Mary's does have a little bit more depth. They've gone to their bench once, but Brother Rice, not as much depth as they'd like. But they've got the right combo to win games, there's no doubt. Blackwell with it.
Got a mismatch down low if they want it with Kareem Rozier trying to guard Williams.
Nearly got a steal on the 2-time. Meanwhile, kick out corner 3. Warren Marshall sinks it. And Brother Rice doubles their lead to 6. Jack Crichton on the attack to the rim, and the lay-in's good. He has 4. And St. Mary's has cut it to 4.
Yeah, with Jack Wright, you got to expect him to shoot that 3, so they came out hard to close on him, and he took advantage right to the lane for an easy layup.
The future Michigan Wolverine, Jack Crichton. Bounce into the low block right for Xavier Thomas. Mid-major offers, 3 of them, and the bank is open in Bloomfield Hills, baby. 6:08 to go, and Thomas gets his 6th point. Back to a 6-point game as Trey McKinney gets fouled on the left wing.
Yeah, you like that offensive take right there by Xavier Thomas, though. Using his size, couple bumps, gets it up off the glass. That was a big-time move.
Hey, Reed! Big-time body and finish. Xavier Thomas, guy that's so versatile, can really dominate at times. He had 11 assists and just 1 turnover against UAD. I mean, you know, this is a forward.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's out of a big man. So
yeah,
he sees the court well.
Chase Vandermeed into the lineup for Garrity with 6 minutes left till halftime. Javon Hanna, the future Bronco, rolls one up. No. DC Temple, the future Central Michigan Chippewa, lays it in. They're friends for now. That may change in college. Eaglets have cut it to 4.
Well, and that's where Orchard Lake St. Mary's has the size advantage with DC Temple and solely DC Temple.
Mm-hmm. Baseline Thomas, reverse, good. Thomas heating up. He's been really good tonight, maybe their best. Trey McKinney, hot potato pass, left corner, Crichton for three, no. Blackwell with a rebound, and we've got DC Temple, who just rolled over on Chase Vandermeed. And in wrestling, that's 2 points, I think. We'll have to talk to Coach Fenzel about that. But can we get a look at that? That was a wrestling move. A friendly, light, clean wrestling move, but Vandermeed got taken here after he took Temple down. Look at that.
Just kind of laid on him, then DC rolled over on him.
Chase Vandermeed with a takedown, actually.
Yeah,
How about that?
You like the fight. You're going up against the biggest player on the court. Give it all you got.
Chase Vandermeed, a sophomore, good baseball player as well. His daddy's the associate head coach at Michigan State for baseball. He's been around big-time athletics his whole life. There's a rebound. DC up to Rozier. Shakes, bakes in the lane, and lays it off the rim. No. Got his own miss. Missed again. DC Temple saves the day and taps it all the way back to Trey McKinney.
Man, St. Mary's has had a couple tough luck misses because that was a great take by Kareem Rozier. If that went in, even the student section for Brother Rice had to give it an O.
Oh, boy.
Instead, they get the overrated.
Always a good one. It's a classic.
Oh, you got to love it.
Rozier, nice dish down to DC Temple. Counted in the foul. The crowd quiets as Temple sinks it. And the strength for the two-sport star.
Man, Kareem Rozier has decided that he's going to take over this game. You know, he got St. Mary's back in it when they were down 8 by hitting a couple threes and getting to the lane, and there, his handles are showing off.
They are, and he's best when he's setting teammates up like that. That's what Rozier can do and separates him from other players. Free throw no good. Brother Rice has led the entire way. The lead's been as big as 8. St. Mary's has got it as close as 1. Williams back to Vandermeed. Chase 2-time, gives it up to Gilmore. Blackwell with a baseline run. And with 4 minutes left, Brother Rice playing keep away as Crichton gets aggressive defensively.
And you were talking about the St. Mary's defense. I think that possession just showed you everything that you need to know. Closing out on the ball. Brother Rice player had a baseline drive happening. Another St. Mary's defender helped out. They were able to get it out. Like that was team defense at its finest on that possession.
Yeah, it was. Blackwell against Barnes. This is a matchup St. Mary's really likes with Barnes on him. As we get a foul on the floor before the shot. It's going to go on Barnes. It's going to be the 4th team foul on St. Mary's with 3:51. Warren Marshall back into the game for Brother Rice. Blackwell sits. Blackwell with offers from Loyola Chicago, Wisconsin, Rhode Island, and VCU. Curtis Williams with offers from Alabama, Maryland, VCU, Tulane, Toledo, amongst others. Williams went for 33 against Renaissance this year in a game the prep called. He misses there, and here come the Eaglets down by 4. Crichton back to Javon. Javon surveys this Brother Rice defense. It's been stingy tonight.
Very stingy on both sides of the ball, really.
Yep. 3, Trey McKinney, no. And here comes Brother Rice looking to extend the 4-point lead.
Williams is looking like he wants the ball on this possession. He's calling for it.
Yep. Thomas, CMU, Toledo, and Tennessee State offers on the right baseline. No look pass down to Gilmore, and he shared the sugar, and it didn't help. It tasted sour.
And that's happened a couple times for each team now.
They have. There's been a lot of bunnies missed. And, hey, there's some active big bodies down there.
You know, it's like in football when a quarterback, you speed up the clock in his head. When you play great defense like this, the clock's sped up, and you get the ball out a little too soon.
Yep. Hannah and Jack play catch, and it ends with a Hannah deuce from the right corner and a John Tassin slap on the head. St. Mary's has cut it to 1. This is as close as they've had it all night with 2:30 left. Thomas rocks the right-hand dribble, and he pushed off, but the foul was before the push-off. And that's on Trey McKinney, and Trey McKinney and Xavier Thomas going at it. And the jaws are starting to jack here in Bloomfield Hills both ways.
Yeah, not only between Trey McKinney and Xavier, but you're seeing Kareem Rozier and the referee talking too.
Yeah. Brother Rice basketball. We got a dandy 1-point game. And we get a block and a foul on Blackwell.
I believe they're calling that on Kareem Rozier.
That's his first.
Let's take a look at this.
Look at the yapping here. Thomas and Trey going at it.
And that's a freshman talking to a junior. Both of them highly acclaimed athletes and highly acclaimed basketball players. So,
arguably the two highest rated players in their respective classes in the state of Michigan. Certainly both high major guys. Blackwell misses the free throw. Free throws tonight, not a huge storyline either way.
It's been a fast-paced game.
One free throw so far for Brother Rice, now two, and they missed them both.
And I'm curious why Brother Rice didn't have anybody on the block trying to get an offensive rebound on a miss. They had 4 players back.
Concerned about getting back for St. Mary's transition offense, but to your point, you'd have opportunities.
Well,
I'm with you.
It looked like they're setting up a zone, so that's
right.
what he was trying to do, but you gave up the offensive possession just to set up your zone.
That's right. Left corner, Javon, dribble drive baseline, lost it off his knee. Brother Rice with a steal. Williams against Barnes. Garrity right corner, and back to Blackwell for 3, in and out. No love in the home nets. St. Mary's with a 4-on-3. Jack to Sherrod. A nice look and a fine finish by the freshman.
And St. Mary's takes the lead for the first time in this game, 1:37 before the second half.
Noted. First lead of the night, and we get a blocking foul on Barnes. Yeah, oh boy. That's the 7th team foul. That's a 1-and-1 situation. That is the second foul for Sherrod Barnes.
I think that's only the 6th team foul, so next one will put him in the bonus.
My bad.
That's all right.
Rick Palmer stomping Johnston and Murphy's on the hard deck floor. Palmer, a 2002 graduate at Country Day. Covert, a 92 graduate of St. Mary's. Two-timed as Thomas in the corner, nearly threw it away. Gilmore with the save. Bart with a shove. That'll be his second. A tough foul. Didn't look from here as firm as it looked maybe on camera.
Yeah, it looked like a little more incidental contact down low. But it's been interesting. Bart Kaputska has been out on his defender. He has been really pressing his defender. Even if they're 20, 30 feet away from the rim, you don't normally see that out of a big man. And I believe that's what the coach is telling him right now. You can't foul out here. We need your fouls down low if you're going to use them.
Yeah.
But that leads to a 1-and-1 situation.
Todd Covert saying that, hey, look, Bart Kaputska is getting used to this game. And in Europe, you know, defense is kind of subjective.
Optional.
Optional. Here it's not. And on this St. Mary's team that's dominated by defense, Kaputska showing off that, hey, I can play a little man-to-man, but there's a time and a place to get too close for comfort.
Well, that's the thing with European big men. They play kind of a guard style of basketball, too, on the offensive end. So why wouldn't they do it on the defensive end?
Brother Rice is 1 of 4 from the line. St. Mary's gets it to go, and they take their 2-point lead on the Rozier bucket.
Kareem Rozier is a man on a mission in this first half, and the mission is to keep St. Mary's in this game. He's doing it on both ends, plus getting some assists.
Near steal by Javon. St. Mary's by 2. They've trailed most of this half. They took the lead with 1:37 to go, their first lead of the game. And now they're trying to hold on for dear life for the lead at the half. No call there. Thomas around Sherrod Barnes. Garrity for 3. In and out. Offensive rebound. Marshall got it. And a foul.
I mean, on that Xavier drive, it's a foul on somebody. But they didn't call it either way. And Brother Rice cleaning up the glass, getting an and one.
This shot by Garrity. Fortunate find. In the right place was Warren Marshall, and he finishes the deal.
Got him right there on the arm.
Nice looking, slender 6'4" sophomore. He's a nice piece in that sophomore class with Vandermeed and Gilmore. Free throws missed again. They're 1 of 5 from the stripe. We're tied at 23 fittingly with 20 seconds left.
Wouldn't have it any other way. What are you calling if you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's? Maybe a high pick and roll?
Yeah, a little two-man game perhaps. We'll see what Todd Covert calls out. Kareem
DC, here he comes.
With Temple. Splits two defenders. Dish, Crichton at the buzzer. No good, and that's how we go to the break. Tied at 23.
What more can you say about that first half of basketball? I hope if you're watching, you can feel the intensity in this gym. It's hot in here. It's sticky in here. Both these teams are playing about as hard as you can play, and it's a defensive struggle.
A lot of fun to be had still. 16 minutes on the clock. Don't go anywhere. Scores and highlights coming up. This is Full Court Prep.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to Brother Rice. St. Mary's and Brother Rice are tied at 23 at the break. Marcus Webster's excited, assistant coach for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Stick, I know this was 16 minutes. You look, 46 points put up. This wasn't exactly a Picasso of offense, but there's some serious intensity being played out in this court in this hot, steamy Tuesday night in Bluefield Hills.
Yeah, Brother Rice came out hot right there. Williams with the first three-pointer of the game. And then they went 1 of 13 behind the three-point line the remainder of the first half. But here they are getting out on a breakaway. Williams really started out this game. What do you have, an 8-0 run to start out the game? And you see Xavier taking it to the lane, using his big size, his big body to get it up off the glass. Brother Rice started out good, then Kareem Rozier said, you know what, enough of this. He went on a little 5-0 run by himself, doing it on offense. You see him here doing it on defense a little bit, helping out. And a nice three-point shot from the corner. And Brother Rice, it's just been a back-and-forth game. What more can you say about these two teams? I mean, the last game ended in a last-second shot. Looks like this game's going to end in a last-second shot. DC Temple using his big body, left-handed layup off the glass. And you're seeing Kareem Rozier. Look at the handles on him and a nice pass to DC for another left-handed and a little flex after.
Brother Rice had some outside shots that nearly went. There was one of them. Lid seemed to be on for both teams. And we're at 23 points aside in a tightly contested match as expected. These two teams playing for the second time this year. We remind you of the first time these two teams met back in Orchard Lake. A reminder that Orchard Lake St. Mary's wants none of, but it was a 45-43 Brother Rice win to stop a St. Mary's 6-game win streak in the series. And the high scorer, Curtis Williams, had 17 points, that game-winning shot. You just get the feeling that this game's going to come down to a similar type of conclusion as that contest back on the 14th of January in Orchard Lake.
If the first half was any indication, yeah, it's going to be that. We may even get to see some little extra basketball tonight, Chad.
Oh, that overtime. We saw overtime. We've seen it recently. De La Salle has seen overtime with St. Mary's, double overtime to start the Catholic League season. And De La Salle and Catholic Central are going at it tonight in Warren right now. And De La Salle at halftime at last check holds a 38-24 lead over Catholic Central. The same Catholic Central team that came into this gym and beat Brother Rice by 10.
It's just a round table of teams just beating up on each other. And, it's tough now during the regular season, but come state playoff times, all of these teams are going to benefit from this experience.
We have an updated score, 41-26, De La Salle NCC with 6 minutes left. They're 2 minutes into the second half. We're underway. We're glad you're with us. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. Left wing, DC Temple. Cross court to Trey. Against Thomas. Buries that right bulky shoulder in. Fades away from 15, no. Javon Hanna with a stick back, yes. And the Eaglets take the lead. And they've only been in the lead for about a minute total tonight. They have a quarter of a century points.
That was an interesting first possession for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Trey McKinney against Xavier, using their big bodies against each other. They're very similar when it comes to body type and game play.
Trey will front there. Nothing home in the post for Curtis Williams. Pull up right elbow jumper, got it. This is a guy that was a three-point shooter last year, Stick. He's added that mid-range game this year, and boy, does he look on point.
He is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous man.
Indeed. Crichton on the right point. We're tied at 25. Rozier with it. 3 balls up and good by number 3.
So far for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, it's been the Kareem Rozier show.
Rozier now with 10 points to lead all scorers. Missed shot, Javon on the run. Back to Kareem. And now Trey down the boulevard against Thomas, puts it up and scores it over the junior. You talked about the body types and the similarities. It's fun to watch those two go at it.
Yeah, and you saw in the first half those two going at it not only on the court, but talking a little bit to each other. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out the rest of the game. There's Garrity for 3.
And that gets the fired up crowd jumping in orange and black, and it cuts the lead to 2, 30-28.
Garrity is a dangerous three-point shooter. You cannot forget about him.
First triple of the night for Garrity. First points. Javon with a right corner answer, no. And the rebound by Garrity, and DC Temple over the back.
Kareem Rozier showing off his handles once again on that possession. Here we get a look at the over the back on DC. Brother Rice basketball.
Just his first and the first foul in the second half. Meanwhile, some precipitation on the floor.
Kareem Rozier picking up the full court press.
Whole team shot 33% in the first half. Garrity for three. Missed it. McKinney with a rebound.
They're calling for an ISO on this. This is the matchup that they want. Kareem Rozier.
Off the bounce, the attack, the lay-in, good! Great call by Covert, you said it. And the ISO worked for the speedier Kareem Rozier.
And really, you could run that play anybody that's guarding Kareem Rozier. He is the quickest guy on the floor with the basketball in his hands.
Kareem with a dozen to lead all scorers. St. Mary's +4. Jack Crichton trying to create havoc against Williams. Back to Blackwell, who's had a quiet night. Sat for a lot of the first quarter. And we get a foul off the ball, a hold. It's going to go on Jack Crichton.
Yeah, a little handsy on that play, but this is the way the defense has been played for both teams tonight. You expect to see this. That's not going to make anybody shy away from getting their hand on their defender.
Jack Crichton will be on the team's best offensive player on most nights, and this night is no different. He is on Curtis Williams. And it's not for show. He's their best defender. Three ball, no. Javon Hanna, dead spot right, three on the way, no. And here come the Warriors with a 3-on-3. Thomas, 17-footer floater, no. Blackwell fights for the rebound, out of bounds, back to St. Mary's.
And I think Xavier Thomas did Orchard Lake St. Mary's a favor on that play by pulling up and shooting that jump shot, because when that guy gets a full head of steam, nobody's going to stop him. He's going to look at this. How is it out on? Looks like it's a close call. The official was right there. I'm going to take his word.
Off the shoe of Blackwell. Substitution, Javon Hanna rest. The freshman Sherrod Barnes checks in. Bartosz Kapuska checks in as well, the senior center. DC Temple gets a breather. Another speed matchup here. Kareem wanted the foul, didn't get it. And Curtis Williams strips, falls. Crowd wanted to travel. Blackwell gets a block from Bart, and Gilmore gets the stick back.
I mean, he slid about 20 feet across the floor. I'm not sure how that wasn't a travel, but either way, Brother Rice takes advantage of the non-call and gets the easy bucket.
St. Mary's by 2. Eaglets have led most of the second half. The Warriors led almost all of the first. Trey McKinney, right elbow jump shot, blocked by Thomas, and they're going to say he got some skin, and Rick Palmer doesn't like that one.
Yeah, it sounded like he got him a little bit on the wrist. We'll get a better look at it on this replay, and it's tough to tell from there.
Well,
the refs giveth, the refs taketh away. Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. You're seeing a lot of players slipping on the court right now. It is musty in here. There's a nice word to describe
it. It's sticky. I went outside to grab a coffee at the break, came back in, and it felt like a sauna. My goodness.
Well, ironically, it's 50 degrees outside before the blizzard that's supposed to hit us tonight. Welcome to Michigan.
St. Mary's about to take their second and third free throws of the night. That's it. The only other free throw was the and one opportunity. Trey McKinney line right to shoot 2, and the first one's through. 6'4", 200-pound freshman Trey McKinney. Already a glob of offers from high major schools, Michigan, Texas.
Todd Covert was just talking to the official right in front of us, talking about the slide, and the official literally said, as long as he has possession, he could slide from here all the way to the baseline. So apparently that is not a travel.
Yep. As long as he keeps the dribble. You pick that dribble up and you slide, and that is a travel, but yeah. On the Warrior head is Blackwell, the head of this offense. Thomas, dead spot left for three, short. Offensive rebound, Gilmore, and he finds the ball. And the turnover as Rozier and Kapusa have a mishap. What happened here?
I'm not exactly sure.
Well,
Brother Rice basketball.
Rice with a chance to tie or take the lead with 3:10 to go in the third.
Blackwell fixing his shoe.
Shot up, counted, and a foul for Johnny B. We're tied, and Rice has a chance to regain the lead right here on the junior coming alive.
And what a strong take. He went up against Sherrod Barnes, and not only that, up against Kaputska too. And that is a tall, long-armed man to get that ball over. So great take by number 5, Jonathan Blackwell.
Blackwell was scoreless at halftime, 0 for 5. But has come out here in this quarter and asserted himself on this possession at least.
Now that's a huge and one opportunity for them. Take
emotionally too.
Yeah. And this is where you can start to feed off the emotion of your crowd and stuff like that. This is where the home court advantage can really help Brother Rice out.
We do have a final score. Our number 1 ranked team, Detroit King, has knocked off Detroit Mumford 63-38. That game was played earlier today in Detroit. Free throw is missed. We're still tied at 34. Nothing solved. We were tied at 23 at the break. Rozier step back 3, Splash City. Give them 15 and give the Eaglets a 3-point lead.
When Kareem Rozier gets hot and he's playing like this and you see him jawing, he is in this game.
A little bit undersized against Blackwell, but that doesn't matter when number 3's out there. He's matched up now against Curtis Williams.
Yeah, I'm surprised Brother Rice isn't working the ball back to that side to get that ISO.
Yep. Williams against Rozier. Little matchup zone for St. Mary's. And out of bounds is Blackwell, defended by Jack, forces a turnover.
Yeah, that just seemed like he was unaware of where he was on the court. And this is your home court. You're supposed to know every square inch of this. And he stepped out of bounds. Orchard Lake St. Mary's basketball. Look right here. See, he just didn't realize how close he was to the baseline.
Yeah. As you said, unaware, court awareness. Can get caught up in the moment in big games. Kareem Rozier not caught up in this moment. He's being assertive. He wants to attack.
And I'm telling you, we haven't seen this Kareem Rozier a lot this season, you know. And he could do this whenever he wants to, but he's such a facilitator, such a team guy trying to get everybody else going. But in this game, I think he saw early on, I got to be the guy to get us going.
Yep.
And he has throughout the entire game.
He sure has. He'll get back to the line. St. Mary's to the line for just the 3rd time tonight. Meanwhile, that's the 3rd foul on Xavier Thomas. Free throws in for Kareem. St. Mary's by 4. They'll have a chance to match their largest lead now. Rick Palmer's going to have to go get the junior Xavier Thomas, who has offers from Tennessee State, Central Michigan, and Toledo, in favor of the rising sophomore, Keith Gilmore.
And you got to wonder for Brother Rice, who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be their Kareem Rozier tonight? Because they really haven't had a standout player. Williams started out the game hot, but has kind of been quiet since.
Kareem sinks it. He has 17 now to lead all scorers. As we get a score update from Warren. And how about this? De La Salle with a 22-point lead against Catholic Central with 1 minute to go in the third. St. Mary's will play Catholic Central on Friday night from Novi, not Breakfast Drive.
That De La Salle gym is tough to play in. The
It
Bro
is.
Zone.
And CC's is no joke either. Curtis Williams' jumper's no joke. That cuts the lead in half, 39-37. 22 coming alive for Rice. The freshman with a short shot floater.
Thought he could have taken another step and gotten one little bit closer to the rim on that.
Hannah battling with Gilmore for position. Williams again for the lead. No. And the Eaglets get it back after a big stop. Heat check for Williams. Hard to blame him for that, Heath.
No, we were talking about who's going to be the guy for Brother Rice to step up. And, Kareem Rozier has taken it upon himself for St. Mary's to kind of force some things along the way. Williams hits a three-pointer. Why not take the other shot? If somebody's got to do it for Rice if they're going to win this game.
Final 50 seconds in Bloomfield Hills. Kareem to Crichton. St. Mary's looks to take a lead into a quarter for the first time tonight.
It looks like they're holding for the last shot now.
Hannah against Garrity. ISO Hannah, they want him against Gilmore. Covert wants the ISO, and we'll see what Javon can do with 17. Off the bounce to the rack and is fouled by Garrity. St. Mary's starting to expose these Brother Rice matchups with some size.
Yeah, they keep running a pick and roll till they can get the switch that they want with Brother Rice, and on that you saw as soon as they had the matchup, they cleared out. That's actually a really good foul by Garrity. Don't give up anything easy, especially in a game like this. Make them earn it at the line.
St. Mary's back to the free throw line. The Eaglets have gotten it done on the glass. Todd Covert talking about keys to victory. One was rebounding. Eaglets out rebounding Brother Rice in this game, 32-18.
And that's exactly why it was a good foul. Javon Hannah misses the front end of his 2 free throws. So, he was going to get an easy layup. You've already saved 1 point for your team by doing the hard foul. Now here's St. Mary's also not putting anybody in the box for the rebound.
Shot is short.
Big time misses.
Nothing to show for there.
Now Brother Rice can go in there with a tie or the lead.
Yep. Blackwell free throw line jump shot is fouled by Javon Hannah with 2.3 seconds left. Rick Palmer comes over and gives the ref a hug.
Well, he went nuts that it wasn't called, but that was about as blatant of a foul on a jump shot as you're ever going to see.
Yep. That's the second foul on Javon. It's the 4th team foul, but it's free throws regardless for Brother Rice, who has been poor at the free throw line tonight.
Both teams have, essentially.
Blackwell up and good. John Blackwell, 6'4".
Good substitution. Get Williams out, get him a little extra rest between quarters, and make sure he doesn't pick up another foul.
Yeah, I like that. Blackwell with offers from Wisconsin, Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago is where Will Smythe is, former Eaglet, graduated last year. Those two could be Catholic League buddies just like that. 1 second left. Sherrod Barnes heave at the horn. Banks off glass, no good. And guess what? Nothing still solved. 39-39 as we go to the 4th quarter, Sam Stick Day.
Love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. That's what we said going into halftime, and that's what we're saying now. Kareem Rozier looking to start the 4th quarter with Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Oh, we want to thank our friends at Buddy's Pizza of Bloomfield Hills, just down the street. Boy, were they clutch. And go check them out. They're at 3637 West Maple Road in Bloomfield Hills, just down the street. Our crew was fed some nice meat pizza, pepperoni and cheese pizza, barbecue chicken pizza.
Delicious barbecue chicken
some
pizza.
Some breadsticks. Evan Westfall ate all the salad before anybody could get to it. Everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, you got to love Buddy's. A Detroit original. Used to go to that one on 6 Mile right before we used to go to the old Tiger Stadium. It's great, great, great pizza.
By the way, free throws in the 3rd quarter. A big difference for St. Mary's. In the first half, they had just one free throw attempt, Stick. So far in the third quarter, they had 6 attempts. There were 4 of 6.
And a lot of that has to do with Kareem Rozier pushing the action, getting into the lane, beating his man.
Meanwhile, Brother Rice, 1 of 6 in this game from the stripe. That's a storyline as well in a game like this. They've only gone to the stripe once in the second half. So we've had a flip-flop there. St. Mary's a little better. We'll see how that prevails in the end.
And the results are the same. Tie game.
That's right. Baseline Blackwell, reverses good. And that's why folks get giddy with JB. They get giddy with Javon Hanna, too, with Rozier leading the break.
Ooh, that was a blur going right by us. First of all, that lay-in on the Brother Rice end. What a reverse. And then for St. Mary's to respond that way. These guys, this is such a good game.
St. Mary's, their 5 starters, all Division I offers or commitments. Brother Rice with 3 fellas in the starting lineup with Division I offers in basketball. Garrity got an offer in football this week from Illinois State, so some multi-sport guys. Williams for a long 2-0. Kareem Skies, he's on the run. 4-on-3. Kick out. Trey. Short. Kareem with an offensive rebound. Back out to Javon. Shooting practice continues. And so do the misses from downtown. Brother Rice dodges 2 bullets on that trip.
Yeah, that was a big miss for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. You're not going to get much more wide open than that, especially after your small point guard pulls down the offensive rebound. You got to value that extra possession. Here's the matchup that's been going on all game.
Thomas and Temple, that's a good one. Players on the deck and a foul, but not for a lack of effort. Kareem Rozier on the deck trying to get that ball, and that's a foul. So we get a look at the replay. DC pulled out that chair.
Yeah, I'll take that foul all day long if I'm a coach from any player, anywhere. If you're getting on the floor, diving after the ball and giving extreme effort, I'll take a foul.
Yep. Kareem Rozier with 17 points to lead St. Mary's. Williams with 12 to lead Brother Rice. Marshall with 7. And Trey McKinney with 5 is the next high scorer for the Eaglets. Balanced scoring attack there. 6:19 left. In this game, we're tied at 41. We were tied at 23. At halftime, we were tied at 39 at the end of the third.
And we may be tied at the end of regulation.
You keep saying that.
I'm feeling it.
Thomas spins mid-post. He's back in the game with 3 fouls. His shot rejected by Temple. But a foul is called. We'll get another look at this one. Thomas down there. Temple thought he got it clean. Brother Rice to the line for their second and third attempts of the second half.
The crowd is getting into it. Everybody's moaning. They're groaning. I love this type of energy, though.
Yep. First one's good for Thomas. That's just the second free throw make of the night for Brother Rice. Meanwhile, Warren Marshall checks out. Javon Hanna checks out. Sherrod Barnes back in for St. Mary's. Thomas is true on both, and Brother Rice regains the lead, 43-41.
And that's why free throws are so huge, even if you're a big fella like Thomas.
Kareem starts, stops, attacks, lays it up and in. He has 19, and the Eaglets have tied it at 43 with just under 6 to go.
And you wonder at what point is Coach Palmer going to start doubling him and getting the ball out of his hands early in the offensive set, because he's really the only St. Mary's player that's hurt you tonight.
Yep. Blackwell, right corner, open for 3. Got it. Can't leave him wide open. And it cost St. Mary's on that play. Blackwell heating up in the second half, Stick. He's been a different player.
Yeah, and we were wondering who from Brother Rice is going to be that guy to step up. You know, we know they have Williams, but Blackwell really has been. I mean, the reverse layups, the three-point shots, he's been doing great in this fourth quarter.
5:36 left. Brother Rice by 3 in this back-and-forth battle. Upcoming games, we've got coverage for you on Friday night. Catholic Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's from Novi. We look forward to coverage. It's a 7:30 tip. We'll have it for you at 7:15. Evan Stockton will be with us for that. February 5th, that's the next day. That's a Saturday. It's the Long Island Nets against the Motor City Cruise, as we are the home of the Motor City Cruise. And again, on Monday, Long Island Nets will stick around town to take on the Motor City Cruise. 46-43 stick, 5:35 left. What do you see forthcoming, sir?
Well, like we were talking, I'm assuming they're going to start double teaming Kareem Rozier to get the ball out of his hands. So St. Mary's going to have to find somebody else. And if you're Brother Rice, just keep doing what you're doing. Grinding. I mean, you got the lead right now by 3. Just keep at it.
The foul's going to go on Henry Garrity, the junior. That's his second and the team's 4th.
I think his dad's standing behind us, too.
He is. Pat Garrity's in the house. Good talking to the former Orlando Magic pro and the former Notre Dame Fighting Irish star. Also an executive in the front office with the Pistons. He'll be back in that league soon. Kareem Rozier backs it out. Left point, Trey McKinney, low pass, puts it up and throws it in. We're tied at 46. The Trays are trading blows.
Yeah, huge shot by Trey McKinney. But you know who also had a hand in that shot? Kareem Rozier picking up the assist.
Yep, then a little dime piece for number 3. Under 5 minutes. Blackwell to Thomas. Brother Rice going at it. At home. They've been better on the road in league play. Blackwell blows by Kareem and lays it in. And he has some things to say to number 3, who wants the ball back in his hands.
Well, you know what? St. Mary's was taking advantage of some ISOs earlier. It looks like Blackwell's the guy for Brother Rice. If you want to ISO, he can take his man anytime.
2 high major guys going at it. Kareem with a blow by to the rack, puts it up and fouled. And you knew he was going to attack Blackwell there. That's another fun matchup to watch. And Kareem's running out of some gas right now.
I mean, he's been giving it his all this entire game. But, yeah, there are a ton of fun matchups on the floor for both teams. We're talking about Kareem Rozier and Blackwell, Xavier and Trey McKinney. These teams match up really, really well against each other.
Yep. Kareem collects himself. John Blackwell picks up his 3rd foul. We'll come over and talk to Rick Palmer. And with 4:14 left to go, he's got a responsibility to stay on the court for the orange and black. He's been their best player in the second half.
Yeah, but if I'm Rick Palmer, I'm saying continue to do what you're doing. Don't stop. I know we're getting close to foul trouble. There's 4 minutes left in the game. Leave it all out on the floor.
Yep.
You won't regret it.
No doubt. Brother Rice has had some big wins this year.
We got to buy Brother Rice a mop.
Yeah, I know. Marcus Webster doing the work. Hard-working former head coach at Ferndale High School, assistant under Todd Covert. And Kareem gets a blow. James Ferris with a hand in that cleaning. He's working that towel on the right baseline.
Is there anything James Ferris can't do?
No, he's creative with the way he cleans and does graphics, evidently. Substitution, Warren Marshall in, Keith Gilmore out. Meanwhile, Sherrod Barnes, the freshman, going to sit. And Javon Hanna, the senior, will check back in. Kareem Rozier to shoot one more to try to tie this game at 48.
Two of my favorite things about athletics, mascots and cheering sections. And they got a good one here at Brother Rice. Tied up 48-48, 4:14 left in the 4th.
We got a good one for you here. Don't go anywhere. I want to tell you about our friends at Work 365. You want to elevate your fitness, your training, and you want to get the most out of your physical, spiritual, and mental state. Go with James Gonzalez and the folks at Work 365 Fitness. Contact them today, 248-875-3188, or you can email them at info@work365fitness.com. Also want to thank our residential real estate agent, TJ Zawicki. And contact TJ Zawicki. You want experience? Experience counts. He has 30 years of experience. Real estate sales and marketing executive you want. If you're buying or selling, 248-321-5914, tjzsells@gmail.com.
Well, here we go. 4 minutes left. Tie ball game. Kareem Rozier, 21 points, 7 of 14 from the field, and nailing the free throws.
Yes, sir.
4 of 4.
48 all. Some good numbers from Mr. Rozier indeed. Meanwhile, De La Salle is up 17 against Catholic Central. And that game is darn near a final. Missed shot, second chance opportunity coming for the orange and black.
You have a Blackwell with another huge rebound.
It helps at 6'4".
Now he's got the ISO with DC. They switch it to Trey. I was shocked they didn't take that against DC.
Moving.
Thomas, the point forward against DC. The attack and the lay-in's good. Two big bodies there going at it. Brother Rice has half 100 and a 2-point lead. McKinney lost it. Williams on the run. Euro step, lay-in good. And the Warriors coming back on a 4-0 run. They lead it 52-48.
And that gets the student section rocking. This is the loudest it's been the entire game. That was a huge turnover in a tight battle like this.
St. Mary's to set it up on the road down 3. Second place in the Central Division. Dreams of winning the league outright. As a player's down, that's DC Temple. Thomas laying good. And here comes Brother Rice. Listen to this crowd.
Blackwell runs over to the student section to get him fired up.
Oh, the momentum change.
And Todd Covert wondering what happened to DC Temple on this play.
All alone, Thomas. 10 turnovers for St. Mary's. 2 for Brother Rice. Taking care of the basketball, imperative in this game.
Especially when those turnovers lead to fast break points. Because as we see, scoring is so hard in this game. So whenever you're giving away those free points on a turnover, it's exceptionally tough.
No doubt. One thing to flip it over. It's one thing to get points off of those turnovers.
You see the Brother Rice athletic director over there leading the cheers with the student section.
That's Jeff Calcaterra getting them fired up.
Tell me this game doesn't mean something to everybody at Brother Rice.
You bet.
Here's a look at the DC play. Both guys going for a ball, incidental contact. Probably not a foul to be called there, but he definitely took a shoulder to the face.
Yes, he did. So, we are 2:43 away from the conclusion of this one. With 1:30 left in the fourth, we've got a scoring update from Warren and Bill Fox Gymnasium. De La Salle is going to win this game, and they're going to go to 3-3 in league play. And the Central just keeps beating up on each other. Catholic Central, who was 2-2, will fall to 2-3. And so the fun and the wheels continue. Thank you for that. St. Mary's basketball, they're down 6. This is the Warriors' biggest lead since the first half. Jack pull up, short corner, airballed it. Thomas with a rebound, and Brother Rice in control with 2:25 left.
But Jonathan Blackwell is the one that forced that miss. He came over on the baseline and cut off Jack, and he had to pull up for the short jump shot and pushed it.
Well defended.
Yep.
Bart Kapusa in there for DC Temple, who remains out. Sherrod Barnes will check in off the Eaglet bench for Trey McKinney. St. Mary's will shoot free throws the next time they're fouled. They're in the bonus. The Warriors will have to get fouled twice. Barnes against Blackwell. This is a fun matchup for St. Mary's. Seeing a freshman go against one of the top point guards in the state. Blackwell switched by Kapusa. We know he likes to guard man. This will be a challenge. St. Mary's almost got caught in a switch, got back. Thomas with an advantage here. Backs down, Kareem banks it up, no. Offensive rebound, Curtis Williams. Those are the little things that can keep a possession in a game in your favor.
Well, that's what happens when you got your smaller guard trying to guard a big man. The other big man has to come over and help, leaving the offensive rebound.
That's it.
Brother Rice has to like this matchup.
90 seconds left. Thomas in the corner, two-timed, and we've got a timeout, Rick Palmer.
And Xavier's like, no, don't call a timeout there, coach. I had an assist.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Warriors up 6, looking good at home.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Down the stretch we come. 84 seconds remain. St. Mary's down 6. Brother Rice trying to hold on at home. What's been the difference here in the fourth and the second portion of it?
I mean, that small stretch of time, and that's all it took for Brother Rice to have a 6-0 run resulting from 2 St. Mary's turnovers. And in a tight game like this, that can't happen if you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and that's the difference.
Yep. Curtis Williams with 14. Thomas also with 14. Kareem Rozier with 21 points to lead all scorers. Trey McKinney with 8. As there's a hand check foul here, that's the 7th on St. Mary's. And free throws coming for Brother Rice here, a 1-and-1.
It's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest here down the stretch.
And if you're talking about free throws in this game, Brother Rice has struggled from the stripe. This is a big one here, 1-and-1 for Blackwell, and he got it.
He's the one guy for Brother Rice who hasn't struggled from the stripe. Blackwell's hit, I believe, the last 3 free throws.
St. Mary's will go to their bench and go to their three-point shooting. That's Daniel Smythe, the sophomore from Rochester, who checks in. Kapuska checks out. One more for Blackwell. And he missed. So we stay at a 7-point game. Rozier on the run. And he runs over Blackwell, and that's an offensive foul on Kareem, and that hurts if you're in red.
Let's get another look at this.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, he put himself in the right position, but you could tell he was falling back before the contact even came. Todd Covert wants to get teed up right now.
Got no fucking class.
Backcourt foul. Williams is fouled. Free throws coming.
Blackwell getting some coaching right now.
Yeah, Rick Palmer telling him to keep his mouth in check.
It's tough when you're fired up like this, when you've taken over the fourth quarter and single-handedly won this ball game for your team. You get the right to say a little bit here and there, don't you? If you don't like it, stop it. Isn't that the rule?
Sure is. Free throw is no good. 7-point game, 1:07 left. Rozier on the run, and he's going to throw it away.
And now just trying to do a little too much.
Blackwell kick out, and Garrity going to play keep away under a minute to go.
That was smart by Brother Rice.
St. Mary's will foul here. It's going to go on Rozier. And with 51.9 seconds left, Brother Rice can put this thing away with a couple freebies.
Man, it is getting feisty here. I love it. All this is going to lead up to is the game 3 in the Catholic League playoffs, and it is going to be a battle.
And that would be matchup 3.
Yep.
They're expected to play matchup 4 in the districts. Brother Rice's free throws continue. And there's a lane violation, or there were 2 shots, pardon me, anyway. The turnovers for St. Mary's in this fourth quarter have done them in.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you got to press. When you go down 6, those turnovers really, really change the tide of this entire game because they led to fast break points too.
Rozier back to Hanna. He jacks up a long 3. That's short. Rebound, and Rozier into the student section.
And look at that. The student section razzing this dude all game. When he dives into the stands, what they do, they catch him.
They did catch him.
That's what you want to see.
No doubt. Brother Rice basketball They're in position to close this game out, a chance to go up 10 here. And again, this is not the last time these two teams, it would be a rarity if they didn't meet in the district championship game. In the district these two teams share, they're on opposite sides of the bracket on a collision course to meet what would be the fourth time if they meet for a third time in the Catholic League tournament, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I hope there's another matchup. I don't care where it comes, when it could be on a playground 3 months from now, and I would show up to watch that game. Watching these two teams play each other, the hustle, the effort, the skill, they're just fun teams to watch. And not only that, we talked about it, they just match up well with each other.
They sure do.
You know, De La Salle's a good team. You know, CC's a good team. But these teams are almost mirrors of each other.
As Rick Palmer said before the game, he said, look, two good teams are going to lose tonight in the Central Division.
Every Tuesday and Friday,
Every
right?
Tuesday and Friday. And Catholic Central and St. Mary's appear to be those two teams on this Friday night. Jack Crichton to the rack lays it in. It's an 8-point game, 30 seconds left. St. Mary's will have to pressure as Williams will trigger up to Thomas.
3-on-1.
And foul situation here. Hey, look, I mean, Brother Rice has not put this game away with free throws like they could and should have. They have left this game sort of in the balance. They're 9 of 17 from the stripe. This is an important free throw here for Thomas, who looks to try to add to his 14-point tally.
And look at the rebounds on the game. St. Mary's has 36 rebounds to Brother Rice's 23. That still wasn't enough to keep them in this game.
Isn't that something? Brother Rice also not good from 3, 5 of 22. Out shooting St. Mary's, who was 6 of 16.
But there it is, the major stat line. Turnovers 11 for St. Mary's. Brother Rice, 2.
Took care of the basketball. You nailed it. Oh boy, the ultimate insult, just like football, has started in the student section.
Oh, what'd I just say? You don't like it? Stop it.
Xavier Thomas says stop that. As time runs out, a dunk and a dozen-point win for Brother Rice with an exclamation point on it in the end. These two teams will shake hands, but deep down, there's some deep competitive juices flowing and getting ready for the Catholic League tournament.
Well, I'll tell you this much. St. Mary's will not forget that dunk at the end of the game because they gave them the lane. They were just supposed to run out the clock, but they went for that dunk, and sometimes in basketball that's looked at as an insult, but Brother Rice is enjoying the heck out of this victory tonight, as they should. Taking it to Orchard Lake St. Mary's, beating them by 12. Total team effort. Good job.
The student section has swarmed the court here at Brother Rice. And this is some kind of moment as they get a win at home, a big win at home. And this is something that these two teams will continue on.
The kid just
for
ripped
years
his
to
shirt
come.
off.
A lot of energy in the building. My goodness.
My goodness.
We'll take a timeout and come back, put a bow on the show in Birmingham. Just a minute. Brother Rice wins by 12 over St. Mary's.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
Sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given for that.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Welcome back to Brother Rice. This was a game that saw Brother Rice take a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter. They had built a lead as big as 8-0. St. Mary's would come back and reverse it and put up 13 points against 10 to have a 23-all tie at the break. Third quarter was dead even, 16-all, and we were tied headed to the fourth. And in about the 4-minute mark, Brother Rice turned the tide and made a run before going on to win the fourth 23-11.
Yeah, and that happened with some big turnovers down the stretch. You said it right. Right at the 4-minute mark, 2 big turnovers happened, which led to runouts for Brother Rice. They got a 6-point lead, and they never looked back from there. And they closed it out at the free throw line. And turnovers were the biggest story of this ball game. Orchard Lake St. Mary's with 11, Brother Rice with only 2 on the night. And you're seeing Jonathan Blackwell right there, who was Mr. Do-Everything in the fourth quarter for Brother Rice. And we were talking about it. Who from Rice is going to take over besides Williams? Well, Blackwell answered the call.
He sat for most of the first quarter. You see the reverse there by Jonathan. And he came out with 12 points all in the second half. This three-pointer in front of that St. Mary's bench. He would talk later to that St. Mary's bench quite a bit. He had a lot to talk about, but when you're playing as well as he did, you deserve to yap a little bit. Trey McKinney here.
If that's what it takes to get you going, do it. I'm a firm believer in stick with what works, and you saw that attitude played itself out on the court. There he is giving Kareem Rozier a little earful right after he took it to the rim. And Xavier just using his big body against 6'7" DC Temple. Nice take by Xavier. Just an overall good, balanced game. And then there it is, the exclamation point to end it. Sent the student section into a frenzy. And it's also going to be replayed in St. Mary's heads until they meet again.
No doubt. Thomas with 18 points, the high scorer in this game for Brother Rice. 17 points for Curtis Williams and a dozen for Jonathan Blackwell. They get 7 points for Warren Marshall, 5 points for Keith Gilmore, and 3 points for Henry Garrity. Brother Rice shoots 43% from the floor, 23% from downtown, 58% from the stripe, but much better in the second half, 10 of 14. Meanwhile, Orchard Lake St. Mary's was led by Kareem Rozier. Kareem had 21 points in this game. He had a fine game. Nobody else in double figures, 8 points for Trey McKinney. Javon Hanna, you point out, just 7 points in this game. He's a guy they usually get some help from. But, hey, look, you got to hand it over to Brother Rice. They forced the turnovers tonight, and they held on to the basketball. It's really a simple mix, and you have a +9 margin in turnover. You're going to win most games. Brother Rice did, and they win by a dozen.
Yeah, and as you can see by my rosy cheeks right there on the camera.
You're Irish.
It's hot in here. No, this isn't even my Irish cheeks. I haven't had anything, we'll talk about that later. But no, but it is hot in here. It is sticky. It was a fun game for both teams. I mean, Brother Rice has to be very proud. They've beat Orchard Lake St. Mary's twice this season. Yeah. That's something that they can take with them. And we saw it after they came back and hit that last-second shot at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Yeah. And we said it. They showed that they had championship caliber. They showed they had that medal, and they showed it here tonight in their gym with their Rockets crowd.
They did, and they did it coming off the heels of a 25-point win at U of D. So it's how you play at the end of the year, things coming together. All these teams in the Central are going to beat each other up. And then in the end, it's how are they going to do in the regular season. And these two teams, again, are expected to meet in the Catholic League tournament. If not there, they'll meet in the district championship. This is a fun rivalry, and Brother Rice now has swept St. Mary's this year and made a statement. Brother Rice basketball's back and maybe as good as it's been since the 70s.
Yeah, and, we've seen it with teams like even last year, Grand Blanc. There's another great example of peaking at the right time. We got to call a Grand Blanc game early in the season, and they weren't quite the team they were come state playoffs, and that's literally what you're seeing with Brother Rice. they have just grown together, and they're starting to play together, and they're starting to get that confidence. And when a team starts playing with confidence, that's a scary, dangerous team.
Yep. St. Mary's will play Catholic Central. That's taboo to say in these parts. In Novi on Friday night. We'll have coverage of that at 7 o'clock from Novi, and we look forward to talking to you then. We want to thank our hardworking crew for making this broadcast possible. We'll start with our executive producer, Alex Westfall, Adam Fuller on Instant Replay, Evan Westfall on graphics.
And look, Fish getting camera time right now, too. Say hi to the camera, Fish.
Yeah, hey, Fish. There he is. That's Fish. Fish is on audio.
Love that guy.
Everything else. He picked up the Buddy's Pizza, too. Jam, Jamie Janssen on statistics, along with Pat the Stat, doing great things. Also on camera, Rob Sarna, Kyle Buchanan, and Alex Johnson. Want to thank our creative director, James Ferris, Julia Pisano, our creative assistant. For my partner, Sam Stick Day, my name is Chad Bush, saying so long from Bloomfield Hills, where tonight, Brother Rice wins it 62-50. They've won 2 in a row. And we thank Jeff Calcaterra and all the fine folks here at Brother Rice for their support and accommodations. We'll talk to you Friday night from Novi, Catholic Central, and St. Mary's at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching. We are the Prep. So long, everybody.